Hey guys, what's up? It's Lona from Silo One AIrsoft team, and today we're going to be talking about my KWA M4 gearbox setup. It's all stock except for the spring, which actually is a Mad Bull M120 spring. I prefer Mad Bull stuff because this to a KWA M120 spring is like a KWA M140 spring. Their measurements are way off, and they're always high. So, I mean, with this thing in, it shoots right around 480 FPS. Anyway, what I came and talked about actually was about KWA's ingenuitive design. So, sorry about the lighting here. Because the M4 is the most widely used I'd say weapon. There's this little pin right here, and what that does is it keeps, every time you do semi-auto, the cutoff lever comes down and pulls that back. Well, you know, that gets pulled back a lot, and this spring's actually pretty strong. I mean, it's tight. It'll snap off this thing eventually, but with KWA, it's a lot thicker. And the gearbox is heat treated, which means it's hardened, which means it won't break, along with all of their internal gears. Like, all the gears are black for a reason. That is not paint, that is called that is called hardening. Dang it, stupid wiring harness. Other than that, that's it. The one other thing I've done is I've taken the piston head and actually put in a cheap-ass piston head. It kind of sucks, but it works because KWA's piston head should have came out like that, but it didn't. I don't use this because it's not nearly as good as the other one. That's polycarb, by the way. It's not heat-treated metal. Where's my aluminum piston head? There it is. That, as you can see, I've drilled it out before. It was a non-ported piston head, and KWA did this because supposedly your shots were more consistent. It's also beveled, which means it's set up to leak air around the O-ring. This leaks a little, but not nearly as much as this. I mean, dang it. With this piston head, before I even ported it, I was shooting 200 FPS with the stock spring in it. And then when I ported it, was shooting about 350 with 2.5s, which is still alright, but this thing got it back up to 380 with the stock spring, so that's why I did that one. I don't know if you can see the holes in this, which you might be able to. The KWA piston head should have came out like that, but it didn't. I kind of messed up. Excuse my mother. Anyway. It always works out. Anyway, Swat Repairs is our AIrsoft repair company. Anyway, this is actually being shimmed. It's not bad at all. I mean, you could get away with it not being shimmed. You need like 1.2, 0.0, I think it's 0.02. No, it's 0.2 millimeter shim under it, and then it's good to go. But I mean, I always like to shim it a little bit tighter because the less wobble I have, the better. Also, KWA, this is actually common in KWA gearboxes. The bearing bushing, good, better than just a regular bearing. Gets stuck on the bevel gear here, and it's kind of bad. It's kind of good. Luckily, mine's stuck in a perfect position, if not even a little low, which is all right because when you tuck it back in on this side of the gearbox shell, this is inside out, I know this, it still meshes perfectly with everything else. So I was going to get a new bevel gear. Dang it, this is really hard to do. Okay, there we go. I was going to get a new bevel gear and a new bushing, but a bushing was $450 and a bevel gear was $20, and I was like, hell no. And so I bought some GMP shims off of evac.com for $4. And when my vehicle gets back, I will be shimming it properly and it's going to be pretty sick. I love the M120 spring. I'm just saying, you know, if you can afford like $15, go get a Madden Ball M120 spring. It will make your guns so much better. Yay for metal ball bearing version 3. Version 3 spring guides. They rock. Another thing about KWA is they use a lot of version 3 stuff in their gearboxes, which makes it so much better than the original version 2 design. I'll give credits to the AK. The AUG, don't buy it. It's a piece of crap because it's all plastic and the body sucks. Wolf had one of those. Anyway, also, this is a dental pick. Normally, these things snap off really easily, and that's because you're supposed to, when it's hooked on the motor, I don't know if you can get a good angle at this. Okay, imagine the motor is hooked in just like this, right? Oh crap, hooked just like this. You're supposed to go in really closely to the inside like that and pull it loose. A lot of people use a screwdriver or straighten it out and then pull it, and that makes it really weak, versus mine have never been straightened. Mine are still in the original factory standard angle that they were put in at, and they're still strong, versus like everyone else's, except for the guns I work on because I'm a boss, tend to break off, and then we have to buy a whole new wiring harness or run to Radio Shack or wherever and get new end connectors, and their wires keep getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Anyway, this is Loner from Side of the AIrsoft team signing off.